honor the Ukrainian team in the wake of the Russian invasion of their country. The Duke of Sussex addressed the bravery of the Ukrainian forces, saying Saturday that the world stands with them and that he hopes their participation is an opportunity to tell the truth about what's happening in their country. The Invictus Games is an international sports competition for wounded veterans and military personnel. It was founded by Prince Harry in 2014. You're listening to USA Radio News.
Hi, this is Dr. Joel Wallach, and I want to tell you that arthritis is not a genetic thing. It's not a disease of aging. Neither is osteoporosis. Get a hold of my book. It's all in your head. It goes into the 25 different diseases you get when you have osteoporosis of the skull. These are all reversible.
Have you looked at your email?
I'll look at the show.
Vitamin D3. Stay away from all the bad foods, including gluten. And
Was that last time you checked?
You'll regrow all your bones, including your skull and your legs and your hips and everything else.
Wednesday night.
Contact us at usaradiohealth.com. That's usaradiohealth.com.
The mayor of the Ukrainian capital says that he's making changes to some of the landmarks in his city. Kenneth Burns has the details from the USA Radio News New York Bureau.
Kyiv Mayor Vital Klitschko says landmarks in the Ukrainian capital associated with Russia are going to be renamed. He wrote in a statement over Telegram that he submitted a draft decision to rename the former square of friendship between Kyiv and Moscow the Heroes of Mariupol Square. Klitschko added that subway stations, streets, avenues, and other parts of Kyiv still had names associated with Russia and that officials were thinking of new names for them. He said they would work on them until May 9th, after which a decision would be made at a city council meeting. The announcement comes after nearly 2 months of conflict between Russia and Ukraine.
A group of businesses and residents in Philadelphia have filed a lawsuit challenging the city's renewed indoor mask mandate. The suit filed Saturday argues that the city lacks the authority to impose the mandate that's set to go into effect on Monday. The group argues that health officials have overstepped their power and that only state lawmakers have the authority to approve such orders. Philadelphia became the first major city in the U.S. to reinstate a mask mandate, citing a sharp rise in COVID cases. And a California teenager who disappeared 3 years ago.
What's today? 17th?
Connor Jack Oswald
Easter.
disappeared from his Clear
Willie
Lake
Whistle
California
died
in
today?
2019.
What?
Willie
He was
Whistle
found
died?
Saturday in Summit
Who?
County, Utah.
Willie Whistle?
Sheriff's deputies found
He was a
the
clown that was
19-year-old
on
sleeping
Channel
in a
38.
convenience store.
Okay.
He used to
They
whistle.
compared to living on the streets in the area for about
I don't know
weeks.
him.
For USA Radio News.
I can't say anything
I'm
about him. I
Rocky.
don't know him. Never heard of him.
Opinions expressed on this
Sorry, I just
program
never
are
heard of
those of the host and do not express the views of WVBF ownership or Hometown Talk Radio. Content aired on all programs are those of the host and their guests. Hey, Joey, what's happening? I mean, what's happening in Middleboro and surrounding towns? It's time for the Middleboro Week in Review with your host, Joey Driscoll. Stay tuned for news, Middleboro news, here on AM 1530 WVBF. Hey, Joey, what's happening?
Good morning, good morning. Welcome to Middleboro in Review. It is Easter Sunday, the 17th of April, 2022. Again, Easter Sunday. Happy Easter Sunday, Don.
Happy Easter.
Happy Easter. everybody.
Happy Easter.
And this entire past week was Holy Week as well. I hope everyone had a really good Holy Week as well. So today, on this Easter Sunday edition of Middleboro in Review, it's just going to be a bunch of topics. We don't really have any set things to talk about. We're just gonna talk. I have some sports to do a little bit as well, but that's really the only set topic we have. And Don may have a few things as well during today's show. So if you want to call in, phone lines are open. 508-822-1106. Again, 508-822-1106 is the number to give us a call and tell us what you're doing this for this Easter. And also Patriots Day is tomorrow as well. The marathon's tomorrow, Don.
Yes. Back on Patriots Day, where it should be.
Yep, and the Red Sox, I believe, will be in action as well, which is an added bonus. The Red Sox being in action. I think they're facing the Twins. I'm really not sure. I know they faced the Twins yesterday. I don't know if it's a 4-game series with the Twins or not, but
I'm sure you'll figure that out later.
yeah.
Who they're playing tomorrow when you do sports.
Yes. It's it is the Twins. Yes. Special first pitch time as well of 11:10. So yeah. A lot going on this weekend for sports. A lot going on tomorrow for sports. So we'll get to that a little bit later on. First off, we want to do the weather because that's what we do at the beginning of the show is the weather. All right, here we go. Taunton, 38 degrees. Nice and sunny outside. And yeah, it is pretty sunny. No clouds in the sky today. 51 for the high. Hopefully it's not supposed to rain today, but it looks like there's rain in the forecast. Hopefully it doesn't rain. And that's just a miscalculation there. Monday, 58 degrees. Nice and sunny tomorrow for Patriots Day. And speaking of Patriots Day, I will mention coming out of the first break. I will mention some programming stuff for tomorrow. Chris will not be doing the news tomorrow. He's off. So it'll be me and also some other programs going on as well on Monday, Patriots Day. But we'll talk a little bit more about that coming up. All right. And we'll also talk about what's coming up after us today. All right. So that is Taunton. In Middleboro, 39 degrees. 50 for the high today. 57 for the high tomorrow with a low of 42 tomorrow night. Driscoll, Texas, 75 degrees with a high of 92 today. A low of 71 tonight. High of 83 tomorrow and a low of 66. Mostly sunny skies in Driscoll, Texas. Driscoll of North Dakota, 23 degrees. It's still cold.
I guess so.
Possible snow in the forecast today. 33 degrees for the high. 12 tonight. 12. Tomorrow, 32 degrees with a low of 17 tomorrow night in Driscoll, North Dakota. Still very cold. And possible snow in the forecast.
I like how you make that quite clear at the end of that. In Driscoll.
It's in Driscoll, North Dakota. Not here. Not here. In Driscoll, North Dakota.
It's not 12 degrees.
It's not 12 degrees here. No.
I mean, somebody turned on the radio on for the first time and hit 12. They're like, oh! Then they find out in Driscoll.
Yeah.
Why are they, they're thinking, why are they reporting on Driscoll, North Dakota? But I think that's your stick.
It's been there. It's been there for, I don't remember when I started doing it.
I think you did it right off the bat.
I might have.
Yeah.
Or, maybe a month or two in.
Well, everyone has to have a stick, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Right. Well, for people in Driscoll, Texas and Driscoll, North Dakota, well, they're being well served too, as long as along with the people of Taunton and, Middleboro. So.
And you never know who is listening. So someone from those areas could actually be listening.
Well, you never know. You never know if.
You never know.
You never know if. Even we've been talking about this for almost 3 years or a little less as far as that.
Yeah.
You don't know if.
You don't know who's listening.
Anybody heard that?
Yeah.
Just listens for a goof or whatnot.
All right. Blood drives. Next blood drive coming up is April the 20th, 2022. At Covet Community Health Center. And that is at 5 Wally Kruger Way, Bridgewater, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. give blood. It's extremely important. We've been running a PSA from the Red Cross about the blood drives. The supply is at historically low levels, so it's important that if you're able to give blood, to do so, just to get the supply of blood up. They've been doing a lot of blood drives over the past couple of years.
Yeah, you've been catching them all too. You've been talking about them and
Yep.
featuring them and letting everyone know that they're happening, which is good.
Yes.
You definitely stickle on that. I'm
And
proud of you
it's
on that.
extremely important.
It is, yes.
This pandemic has affected. There's a reason for the low blood drives, and not just the pandemic. I'm sure there's other reasons as well.
I say pandemic has a lot to do with it. Good percentage
Pandemic
of
does have a lot to do with it, but I'm sure there's maybe a few other reasons as well. Yeah, it's really important that if you're able to give blood, to do so.
Right.
Also coming up this upcoming week, the 19th in Bridgewater, there will be a jazz band free concert. Bridgewater State University Jazz Band free concert. And that's going to be taking place at 131 Summer Street in Bridgewater at Boyton Hall Auditorium. And I wanted to mention that because music is a really great thing.
It's a healer.
Yes,
It's a
it
healer.
is. Yes, it
I
is.
really believe it's a healer.
Music's a great
I
thing.
could have the rottenest day at my job, and once I get out of there and I put some music on and I'm driving home in my vehicle, that just makes everything go away. Makes all my stress go away. Makes everything go away.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if something I'm in the mood for. I mean, you got everything you want. You got your smartphones now, so you're all set. You can listen to anything you want, pretty much. So it just takes all my stress away. Puts me in a good mood. Singing and dancing as I drive home. You sit in traffic. Doesn't matter. You can sit in traffic as long as you got music and something makes you feel good. You don't care. You can sit in traffic.
And as one of our favorite bassists, our favorite bassist always says, he says just that music is the healer, and it is. It's extremely important.
It is very important. It helps a lot of people.
Yeah.
Whatever you like. I mean, we had Ed Zucker on last week from Music Odyssey, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he has a passion for classical music, and he puts the shows together every week for WBBF at 11 o'clock.
Yep, 11 o'clock.
On Sundays.
And we'll be talking about that coming out of the first break.
Right, he's got the Easter show today.
Yes,
too, right?
we got the Easter
Yeah.
shows today that we're going to talk about.
Yep.
In our programming update, and also what's coming up for tomorrow, Patriots Day.
Right, but again, it's classical music that his passion's for classical music, and everyone has their stick. Back to their stick. They like what they like, and a lot of like my brother likes country. He's a country guy. I like a lot of the mellower stuff and a little heavy stuff, and same with you. I think me and you have pretty much the same taste.
Yep.
Except for a couple of exceptions. It's like we just totally take different avenues, but that's all good about music. That's why music is a universal. A universal soul. Okay, I'm gonna say it that way. Okay,
Yes.
It's just it affects everyone in a different and universal way. It's just some people like the oldies. I like the oldies too when I'm in the mood for them. I love the oldies, the early oldies. It's funny too because I used to listen to the oldie station back in the 90s. WODLS, I believe it was called, 103. And I used to listen to it when I was driving around because we had no tape deck, and when you're out delivering oil, you can't be playing with tapes and stuff like. You just can't. You just gotta listen to the radio. You can't be.
Yeah.
And there was these bands I've heard on the oldies, like one hit wonders, to find out that later on they're like bands that I love, I guess, or I discovered later on in life, like Trapeze, Hooray, what's the name of that song? Hooray, the Giant's Dead?
Yes, that's the name of the song.
Yeah, that's like if you play that, you type in Trapeze, Hooray, the Giant's Dead, that was one of the songs that station played all the time. And I happened on it. And then, what's that other song? Hold On by Trapeze. I remember hearing that song on oldies, too.
Yes, their last album, Trapeze's last album, featured a singer. His name is Peter Golby. And he was a big part of Uriah Heep. And this was in the 80s. They had their one of their most popular stuff, one of their most popular albums in the 80s. He was on that album.
But what I'm really trying to say is all the one-hit wonders that I remember hearing on the oldie station years ago are all these bands that I'm discovering now. All these 60s bands. And if we had Jim DuPont sitting next to us, he could school us on everything. He'd know because, he grew up in that generation.
Yeah.
So he knows. But believe me, we could school him on some of our stuff that we know. But you know what? We haven't tricked him up yet on any stuff that we know. We haven't tricked him up because he knows.
Yeah. That Uriah Heep album.
And same with Chris Keach. He knows everything as far as music.
That Uriah Heep album was Abominog.
Right.
Really good album.
Right. And as far as Chris too, he knows everything.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think we'll be able to trick him up either because these are people who've been in this business. They just know their music, they know their facts, and they're very intelligent on everything as far as music and everything. Because if you're in the radio business, you kind of need to be, you need to know a little everything.
Exactly. Yes. Okay. We're gonna take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we're gonna do our sports, and then we're gonna talk about Earth Day as well during the second segment. And then during the third segment, we are going to talk a little bit about... I should probably put that there. Okay, there we go. We're going to talk a little bit with Don about his topic of the day. What is it, a rant today, or is it just a discussion today?
Where's your Facebook? No Facebook today?
I have it, yeah.
Oh, it's okay.
It's going.
Yeah. I don't want to sound like a rag machine, they call it. Somebody, I used to call a guy I used to work with when I was younger. He used to always scream at me for nothing. I said, what are you, just a rag machine? You're always ragging on me? You're a rag machine. I don't want to sound like that. I just don't want to come on the air every week and just complaining about everything.
Yeah.
Some people might like it, but other guy might be, oh man, here's the guy complaining again about whatever. And a lot of people says it is what it is, whatever. But I do have a few things that are on my mind. But I'm not gonna I'm not gonna be a rag machine per se. I'm just gonna
that's fine.
Have a discussion with you, Joey, and it's just I don't know.
We'll talk about it during the third segment. So when we come back, Earth Day and sports segment here on WVBF 1530 AM and 99.7 FM, Middleboro in Review for Easter Sunday 2022. We'll be right back. All right. Today is the 17th. 1:52. There you go.
Who do you want to reach out to today? Reach out to someone every week. That's
Let me think.
Owl.
Maybe. I think. I gotta think.
Our focus is to help veteran care facilities provide a warm meal, clothing, shelter, and guidance, or simply to say thank you and welcome home. We have members members from nearly all 50 states and living abroad. Many members continue to serve
38 degrees here.
with several serving in combat areas
This
now.
morning, right?
We sponsor and or participate in many motorcycle-related
What was Driscoll, North Dakota? 23?
As a non-profit organization,
Yes.
donate to various veteran care facilities
Very
and
cold.
veteran charities.
Yeah, it's
To
not
learn
that
more
cold. I
about
mean,
the
3
Very,
is,
very cold.
3 is cold.
Association and how you can join.
Very cold for April. It isn't normal.
MA2-2.org.
Find 136. Enter.
Hi, this is Martha Clopin,
And
your host for Medicare Moment with Martha. Each week, we present the
Yeah, I mean,
information on health,
25 degrees outside in mid-April. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how normal that is.
I got one of my memories from 2 years ago. Yeah. Enough of the negative ways, Moriarty. We are all in this together. We are all brothers and sisters. That's what Americans do. We stick together.
Yeah.
Your hometown radio station.
Spark Street Auto Body, located at 48 Spark Street in Brockton, Massachusetts, offers the highest quality collision repair and complete auto service for your car. They are a direct repair shop for all major insurance companies. You can reach them at 508-583-1495. They're open Monday through Thursday, 8 to 5, and 8 to 4 on Fridays. Call them today. You will not be disappointed. 508-583-1495.
Hi, this is Jim Larkin. Hope you can join me every Sunday from noon to 2 o'clock here on WVBF, The Sounds of the Emerald Isle. We'll have some great Irish music, some folk, traditional, country, and contemporary, and sometimes some live singers in the studio. And to make you laugh, some Irish comedy. That's Sundays from noon to 2 right here on WVBF, 1530 Taunton, Middleboro, and on the internet at hometowntalkradio.com.
3, 2, 0. Got it. Good. Oh. Go. And Mike, back up. These, back up. And we're back here on Middleboro in review. It is the 17th of April. It is Easter Sunday. And here is our programming update that we promised that we would do. Okay, we have coming up after this, we have Bread of Life at 8:05 a.m. this morning. Pastor Ortez Vancross will bring a message called Beyond a Reasonable Doubt, and it is the Easter message. This is from 2017, this Easter message. So he will bring that right after us. And then at 8:30 will be the Rosary. 9 o'clock will be Medicare Moment with Martha. 9:30 will be Keys to the Kingdom. 10 o'clock will be All on God with Ed and Isaac. 11 o'clock will be Musical Odyssey, and today's Musical Odyssey is Bach's St. Matthew's Passion, or St. Matthew Passion, and that is also Easter, an Easter type program as well. At noon, Sounds of the Emerald Isle with Jim Larkin. I am sure he'll have some Easter-related comedy and music as well for everyone to enjoy. And then 2 to 3, Stand Up Strong with Ed Miller and Bishop Tony Branch. Don was giving me the eye over there to make sure that I was saying it correctly.
What else
Bishop Tony Branch.
You have to say that. Okay?
Yes.
What else does? You gotta.
All right, and that is today's programming. At exactly 24 hours later, or, well, not exactly 24 hours later, but a little less than that now, starting at 7, I will be on the air with 2 hours of the news, 2 hours of the wake-up morning news, filling in for Chris Keach. So I'll be on from 7 to 9, giving you the news on the Patriots Day Monday, April 18th. And then Jim DuPont. Jim DuPont. Jim DuPont will be in doing 9 to 11. Will be not in, but he'll be calling in. As far as I know, he'll be calling in. And he'll be doing 9 to 11, doing the Hometown Talk Radio.
I'll be surprised at what he has to say tomorrow, because every time there's a holiday, every time there's something, he always has content on that holiday, and he always listen to the Jim DuPont. He's unbelievable. He knows a lot. You listen, you spend time with him, you'll be smarter, for sure. He's he's such a nice guy, but he really he knows a lot. He just comes out with a lot of content that you never would know. Just when he talked about, was it last week? Wasn't it one day? Pretty much talked about Easter and everything, right? The whole hour. What day was that? Wednesday or Thursday? Thursday. Talked about everything. Yeah,
I think it was Friday. He talked about. He talked about it. It was Friday.
I think
Friday.
I think he talked a little bit Thursday too.
Yeah,
an hour.
And
on
Tuesday. Friday
maybe
he
it was
talked
Tuesday.
about it a lot.
What he was here for 3 hours. On Tuesday he was here for 3 hours. He broadcast for 3 hours, but that's a really interesting. I love listening to him, because he's just he knows a lot. He's really valuable there.
And a Talking Information Center update. You heard it at the beginning, if you were listening at 7, just before we went on the air, that they are having different programming as well during this weekend. Monday, tomorrow, they have the radio plays that they'll have on all day on Monday. You'll be able to listen to that as well when we go off the air at 11. That's what's coming up for the next 2 days here on WVBF 1530 AM and 99.7 FM.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned, yes. Earth Day is coming up, 2022. The 31st annual citywide cleanup in Taunton is coming up Saturday, April 23rd, 9 a.m. to noon. Check-in will be from 8 to 9 at the parking lot behind the police station on Summer Street. Bags and gloves can be delivered to volunteers prior to the cleanup. Help clean up target areas throughout the city. For more information and to sign up, please call 508-822-5907, Leanne, or 508-272-2222, Karen. Again, those numbers, 508-822-5907, that's Leanne, or 508-272-2222. Again, 508-272-2222. That is Karen.
A lot of twos there.
A lot of twos, yes. I was getting confused there. A lot of twos are there.
Too confused?
I was too confused, exactly. So Earth Day is coming up. Don, a few words about Earth Day?
That was, wasn't it? 1970 that was formed by President Richard Nixon. He's the one who was under his watch, or he had something to do with it. Mm-hmm. It's good that they have that. I'm going to clean up. Will they be picking papers up or whatever?
Picking up trash around the city.
But, if you really want to feel good about Earth Day, just make sure you don't litter.
Don't litter, yes.
Okay,
That's
start
important.
there. Start there.
That's important.
Okay, if you have a pickup truck, don't throw rubbish and crap and water bottles in the back of your pickup truck, because half of it's going to end up out on the highway.
Exactly.
All right? If you walked and you saw, the only thing in the back of my pickup are my wet boots and the pair of jeans I left, and it rained last night. Now they're wet, okay? They're not going anywhere. That's it. I mean, you walk out the VBF parking lot, you have a black Chevy, you walk and you look in the back, there's no rubbish, there's no coffee cups,
Yeah.
Nothing. I swept it
Nothing,
out.
right?
I sweep it out. I even sweep everything out. I sweep it out.
He
Even
does.
the dust.
He does.
Okay. Leave your rubbish inside. If you're a coffee guy, there are some people out there, and there's only one word: the car assassins. Okay, they just destroy their car inside. They just throw. I know one, but I'm not going to say who it is. Okay, they just throw rubbish in there and got coffee cups and and soda cans and they never clean it up. And
I'm not too good with that.
well, I want to admit nothing on the edge of it. I didn't throw you under the bus. Don't throw yourself under the bus. But as far as whatever, but at least that's all enclosed, okay? Unless the window's open and some gum wrappers fly out when you're driving down the highway. It's people in pickup trucks who throw stuff in the back of trucks. They throw water bottles, they throw coffee cups, they throw wrappers, they throw everything back there, and all that ends up on the highway. All right, so if just everyone with a pickup truck just cleaned the back of their pickup truck and took all the loose rubbish that could blow out on the highway, on the streets, or on the fairways, and autobahns, or whatever you want to call them out there, right? That would help. So you want to think about Earth Day. Think about not littering to begin with.
Yeah, don't litter.
Okay?
Exactly.
If everyone did their part not to litter, and a lot of people, like I said, they'll throw their cups back there in the back of their truck, and they think, oh, that's not going to be. You know what? It's going to. It will. It will blow out. It will be on Route 24. Okay?
Yeah.
And people got to go out and pick up the papers on Route 24 and all the cups and stuff like that. That's not a cool place to be out walking around. Okay,
it's not safe.
Okay, because you decided to litter. And there are people who do litter. I've seen people just throw stuff out the window.
Yeah.
They don't care.
Yeah, that's
but
not good.
A lot of it, people don't realize they're littering by all the stuff in the back of the pickup trucks. It just crap. Just loose paper, coffee cups, water bottles. They blow, at some point they got to blow out. So you want to celebrate Earth Day, start with yourself. Be clean. Don't be a litter bug. Just if you have if you have something that's leaking, like your power steering fluid, or you got a little antifreeze leak you haven't fixed, well, fix it. Don't let it drip all over your driveway. Mm-hmm. All right, don't be the guy who puts a quart of oil in your transmission. Oh, I'm sorry, a quart of like a tranny fluid or power steering fluid in your power steering every week because it's dripping. I'm sure there's people out there. Oh, I got a leaky. If you can't afford to fix it, well, throw a piece of cardboard under it. Don't let it drip under the ground. Do that. I mean, if you can't afford to fix it and you're in a tough spot, you should fix it. But don't be that guy. Don't be or woman or whoever. Don't be that person to just let things leak on your vehicle. Make sure your vehicle is on good working order. That's a lot of it there too. And then if you're using gasoline or oils or anything like that, make sure you have a good funnel. Make sure you have a good canister or nozzle for your gas. It's just stuff like that makes a big difference. And if you can just do that, that's a start. So think about it. If nobody littered, right, Joey? Mm-hmm. Nobody littered. There was no litter anywhere. What could people do if they all get together at the parking lot? What could they do then?
Well, there would be no litter.
Yeah.
There would be no litter.
But there's something else you can do. There's always something you can do.
Oh yeah,
there's something
always
better.
Beautification projects you can do.
There's always gonna be litter. Okay.
There's always gonna be something.
There's always gonna be litter.
Yeah.
So if say the roads and everything looks good in the city, the parks and everything, that probably get a hit on Saturday. What would they do? Well, they'll just have to start going into the woods and going other places that they normally wouldn't get to because they have to get the main areas. So
yes.
We went down to Carver, checked out some of those roads down there in North Carver. We're talking to down there at that project.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's rubbish. People
using
it as a dumping. People are using it as a dumping spot.
Yep.
Tires, mattresses, rubbish, old furniture. Just they pull up and throw it off because it's quiet there. Got to tell if you get caught doing that, the fines are huge. Big time fines if the police catch you illegally dumping. And it's not just the police you got to deal with. You got to deal with the Department of Environmental Protection too. Depending on what you're dumping. I think if you're dumping anything that's in their realm, there's more fines. So I just I don't know. Just don't do it. That's all I can say.
It is 7:39. We gotta take a quick commercial break because it's that time to do so. Next segment. Here we go. Trying to find the right word there. The next nice segment we're gonna have.
Nice next segment. You just set yourself up to fail there. You know that, right? That's good.
The nice next segment we're gonna have.
Why would you say it that way? Now you can't even do your show. You're laughing over it. Your face is turning
purple. The
purple.
next segment we're gonna have.
Yeah, why does it have to be nice?
Well, I mean, I don't know.
Your face is turning purple. Joey's face is turning purple.
Anyway, the next segment we're gonna have is we're gonna be talking about sports a little bit. I won't go too in detail with it, but about 10 minutes, 10 minutes, something like that. And then Dawn will be talking about something as well. And then our Today in History. So we'll have all that when we come back here on Easter Sunday 2022, WVBF 1530 AM, 99.7 FM, Middleboro in review. We'll be back.
We're almost a comedy show. We really are. I think about it. I bet people get chuckles out of us.
A comedy show with informative topics. I mean, it's good to laugh at yourself, though. You can't, be all serious.
That's what Lori said. She says it's good to laugh at yourself. You know what I mean? It takes the tension off. You know what I mean? Laugh at your mistakes.
Exactly.
There's always tongue twists, but again, less is more.
It is.
You don't have to throw all these crazy words in, unless you do it every day. You can do it.
Yeah.
But less is more. That's what I try to do because I get tongue twisted on a lot of words.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, that's fine. Okay. Can we come back from the break to do your thing?
Yep. I'll make it. I'll make it short because
I'll make the sports quick.
I kind of ranted about Earth Day and people littering and stuff. So I'm not gonna go too crazy. So when is Earth Day?
And what I mean by I'm guilty by it is clothes and stuff, not actual trash.
I wouldn't have meant nothing on the radio.
Whatever.
Hey, when is Earth Day?
What?
When is officially Earth Day? 23rd?
Oh, 23rd, I think, maybe.
Well, you gotta make sure. I thought it was the 15th. Hey, Siri.
No, it's not the 15th.
When is Earth Day?
No. Earth Day is on Friday, April 22nd, 2022.
So it's Friday.
Okay. Yeah, it's not the 15th. That was Good Friday.
Yeah, no.
So it's the Friday after.
Yep.
Sacred Heart Church in Middleboro serves the residents of the towns of Middleboro, Lakeville, Carver, and Rochester.
I gotta get this new commercial going, a new PSA going at some point.
Why? What do you have to?
Well, the pandemic's over.
Well, not really.
Well, I mean, I don't know if it's over. I mean, it's. I think it's starting to come back, actually, but I don't know. The commercial is kind of out of date. Nice next. My favorite time twister is Toy Boat. Say it 3 times fast.
Who?
From Mike McKinnon.
What does it say?
Mike McKeon. Nice next. My favorite time twister is Toy Boat. Say it 3 times fast. Happy Easter. Happy Easter to you, Mike.
Is an association of combat veterans from all branches of the United States Army
Tongue twister.
who ride motorcycles as a hobby. Our mission is to
The tongue twister. Toy Boat. Say that 3 times fast.
Toy boat.
Veteran care facilities provide a warm meal, clothing,
Thank God.
I'll be faster than that.
or simply to save
How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
We have members from nearly all
Yeah,
50 states.
that's a pretty good one.
Yeah, but then there's one that's... But there's something that goes on after that, and I don't even know it.
We sponsor and or participate in many motorcycle-related charity events each year, and as a nonprofit organization, donate to various veteran care facilities and veteran charities. To learn more about the Combat Veteran Motorcycle Association and how you can join or support, please visit cvma2-2.org.
Williams Trading
I like this
Serving
commercial.
the residents of Middleboro since 1949.
This was done
It's the
well.
perfect place to get a gift for a friend or family member this spring. They sell fruit trees, garden supplies, and much more. They also have an antique shop. Open Monday to Wednesday, 10 to 5. Thursday through Sunday, 9 to 5. Visit them at 556 Wareham Street or call
Their antique shop is really good.
1598.
Their antique shop's really good. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 0. Bingo. Got it. All right, we're back.
Okay, try this.
What's that?
Tongue twister. Do that.
I'm not gonna pick that right now.
Why not? We're talking on topics of tongue twisters.
All right, there we go. 3, 2, 1, and we're back here on Middleboro in review. And let me shut that music off. Okay, we were talking about tongue twisters off the air. We're having a little fun today. Dawn just gave me this one. How much wood?
You gotta say it faster.
I'm not gonna say it fast. No.
How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
Okay, you can say it fast. I'm
Well,
not
I don't.
going
I
to.
can't. Yeah, but I'll read the whole thing because I'll mess up the second.
How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? As much wood as a woodchuck could chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood. Yeah, I'm not gonna say it fast. You can say it fast.
Well,
Don,
you know
but
what?
I'm not going to.
I could do the beginning because I've been, but the ending I'd mess it all up.
I would
The second
mess,
segment there,
I would
be all done.
completely mess
All
everything
done.
up. Yeah, so I'm
So
not gonna do it fast.
now you said Mike sent you something on the Facebook. What?
Yes.
Toy boat. He's right. I screwed up. I messed
Yeah,
up.
it's,
Toy boat. Yeah, I messed it
yeah,
up.
it's
Toy
a-
boat.
it is
Toy
a-
boat.
It's a tongue twister.
Every
Yes.
time you think of it, you mess it up.
It
Toy
is.
boat. But you gotta say it fast on
You
that.
have to say it, yeah.
All right.
Yes. So yeah.
Nice.
That is one.
Yeah.
That is one. Yes.
With useless information on a Sunday morning, right?
Like I said at the beginning of the show, we don't have a lot of concrete
This is
topics, but
This is concrete, all right.
but we did talk about Earth Day. We did talk about blood drives,
Which is officially on April 22nd is Earth Day, which is this coming
Yes.
Friday.
yes, exactly. Okay, Dawn, I'm gonna flip it over to you for a few minutes.
What time you got?
It is 7:47.
All right, I'll give me 3 minutes and
3
then
minutes.
give me a hairy eyeball because I can run amok if you let me.
Okay, we'll do.
Earth Day is February 22nd coming. April 22nd coming up, and yeah, pretty good, huh? There's a tongue twister, huh? And everyone's thinking clean environment, everything's clean, and pick up the litter and maybe Earth Day, maybe take public transportation, maybe make a conscious effort to maybe, if you don't take public transportation, maybe take it that day anyway, just to try to curb the emissions if you could. But you're looking at, this is not anything about Earth Day, but it's something that bothered me. There's a street in Abington, Massachusetts called Summer Street. It runs from Route 18, which is, I believe, Bedford Street, all the way down to Plymouth Street. And they've done some construction. I think they're putting new sewer lines in or something like that. And a lot of construction companies, when they do water lines or sewer lines, what they do is they dig a trench and they maybe do about 40, 50, 60 pipe, 60 feet of pipe a day. They fill it back in, and they try to asphalt. And they try to level it as best they can. I mean, it's not going to be perfect, but they try to level it as best they can so people can drive on it. Well, they did that, but whoever filled everything in and did the asphalt did a terrible, terrible, terrible job. It's uneven. There's dips in the road. There's like loose gravel or loose asphalt all over the place. I think a bunch of sixth graders could have done a better job than with this construction. And I'm not sure who did it, and I'm not even gonna go look and find out who did it because I don't care. Mm-hmm. I can't believe that the town of Abington signed off on that. It's the worst patch job I've ever seen, and I drive around a lot. I've been driving around for the last 30 years, doing my job on the road every day, clocking about 150 to 200 miles a day every day I go to work. It's the worst I've ever seen. And I used to deliver an oil in Abington years ago, just pretty much in Abington. But I don't know what they did. It's just, if you do not go down that road, do not go down Summer Street from Route 18. Okay? Just stay away. No, it's just dangerous. Number two, you're talking about things looking good, Earth Day, clean. They want people to clean their cars. Car washes have a booming business. Why can't the MBTA wash their commuter trains? I saw one the other day. It was disgusting. It looks like they haven't washed it in 3 years. Okay? Amtrak's got a train wash out in Southampton Street over there where they park their trains. I don't know. Maybe they don't fit, but maybe say, hey, can we use your car wash for you a few bucks? I don't know. The equipment is very expensive. It's the pride of our community. It's the pride of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. Why is it filthy dirty? Why can't they wash it? Is it not in the budget not to wash the trains? They clean the inside. They say, we clean the inside because we got to make sure everything's clean because of COVID. I understand that, and I'm glad they do that.
And it may sound like we always bash the MBTA, but the MBTA is so important. These trains are so important to our communities, and they're just not being maintained at all.
Well, somebody again, I always play devil's advocate because I can have the MBTA guy sitting right next to me and say, well, what do you know? You know what I mean? And he could give me a whole list of their problems and what they're dealing with. And the Mattapan high-speed line, Mattapan, Ashmont, they're using PCC cars from 1940s. And I was watching an article, a little video on it, and the individuals who run the shop over there says, yeah, we might have to go up to this the Seashore Trolley Museum and try to get some parts so I mean that's cool. I was like, wow. And the people in that area do not want to see the trolleys go. There's been talk about replacing that right away with the bus line, and they're all up in arms. Everyone there, because it's part of, but you can't keep those cars running. But they're doing a good job in that aspect. But when they're doing a good job in one area, they're doing a terrible job in another area. And I know it's a tough job to do, but at least wash the trains, clean your stations. More people want to ride it. I was just looking at the train. I was stuck at a train crossing. I was like, oh my God, that's disgusting. Everything from the engine to the 4 carriages that were hooked to it. I mean, grease or whatever. The windows were all dirty. You can't go for a train ride because you can't look out the window because the windows are disgusting. So I don't know. Again, I'm not a rag machine.
And
I don't want to
try hard not to. To be negative about the MBTA, but there's a lot of problems that need to be fixed.
I just think they can do it. I just think there's a lot of inconsistencies.
Yeah.
I just think there's a lot that doesn't get noticed.
And it's important that people speak up about it.
Someone could be saying, listen in and say, well, I don't need a clean train. If the train works and it gets me, I don't know. I mean, if you want people to ride the train, so if you're sitting at the crossing and the train goes by and it's disgusting outside and it's not washed, what are you thinking? They're thinking that the insides are clean. Like I wrote, they're clean, but they don't clean the outside. So it's the outside. The windows are all getting pitted because there's no robust cleaning that goes into them, I don't think.
And people need to talk about these issues.
Well, I don't know. Maybe I should do my homework and research and find out if they have a wash.
Yep.
I don't. I know Amtrak has one. I've gone down through the Southampton yards, riding the train down to Middleboro from South Station, and I didn't see too much. I was looking. Do they have a wash? They must. Amtrak has one. Do they have one up in the North Shore? I mean the North Station area where that line's commuter, they have that big facility up there, and I don't know if I've ever seen one. Maybe they don't, but I don't know. They cost so much money to buy. It's just like if you bought a brand new car and you never wash it.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
I went over my 3 minutes.
Yeah, let's do our sports real quick. Celtics and Nets, game 1 of their playoff series, round 1 playoff series. That's today at 3:30 p.m. That's going to be a big one. Bruins pick up a win last night, 2-1. They moved to 46-24-5. Their next game is Tuesday against the Blues. The Red Sox take on the Twins today at 1:35, and then that special 11:10 game tomorrow, Marathon Monday, Patriots Day, with the Twins as well. The next NASCAR race is today, the Food City Dirt race, which is at Bristol Motor Speedway. It will be on dirt. Very important race that they started doing a couple of years ago. All right, our today in history, we have 2. Done. You'll know about this today in history. You'll know about both of them. 1961, the Bay of Pigs invasion. A group of Cuban exiles financed and trained by the CIA lands at the Bay of Pigs in Cuba with the aim of ousting Fidel Castro. That started the Bay of Pigs invasion on this day in 1961, April 17th, 1961. Done. Some thoughts?
That was pretty bad because I think it really led up to the Cuban Missile Crisis. That was tough. The Cuban Missile Crisis, we almost had World War III.
Yep.
And
It was
JFK
really close.
JFK handled that brilliantly. I mean, I never really read anything on everything, but that movie, 13 Days, and I know it's Hollywood, and you know, somebody who's read up on it probably saying you can't use that as a judgment, but I mean, that's, I mean, they have to have something that, you know, accurate. It can't be just total fiction, and
exactly.
it wasn't fiction.
Yeah,
you know?
and there's a lot of movies, Hollywood-type movies, that are accurate.
Yeah.
That are very accurate.
McNamara, he had a lot to do with saving off disaster too, the Secretary of Defense, because it was a real tough balancing act.
A year ago today was the funeral of Prince Philip, Duke of Edinburgh. That took place at St. George Chapel at Windsor Castle. 1 year ago today, April 17th, 2021. Birthdays today, 1954, Roddy Piper, Canadian professional wrestler and actor. He was a very good, he was in a pretty good sci-fi film. That was really good.
Oh, me and my brother used to watch. They Live.
They Live.
Oh,
Yes, very good.
Great. Me and my brother used to watch that all the time.
He was good. He was
multiple
good,
times. We just loved that movie. It was such a B flick. It was so cheesy.
It was. Yeah.
It was so cheesy, but it was good.
It was good. Yes.
Yeah.
Deaths on this day. We have 2. 2016, Doris Roberts, People out there may know her as the mother of Raymond from Everybody Loves Raymond. Great show. Pretty good show. Funny at times as well. Yeah, she passed away 6 years ago today. And 4 years ago today, we lost Barbara Bush, former First Lady of the United States. Both of our passings today were born on the same year, 1925. Don, thoughts about Doris Roberts real quick and Barbara Bush real quick?
Well, Barbara Bush, First Lady, Second Lady for 8 years under, as Vice President, and she did a lot. She had a bringing up those boys. Oh my God! and limited tech. Oh, my hats to her. And as far as Doris Roberts,
Doris Roberts, yeah,
she was in everything. If you go back and you look at sitcoms, you look at movies, she was everywhere. That face was everywhere, and she was a great actress, and that was a great role for her to have.
Yes,
Everyone Loves Raymond.
It really was.
Was on 10 years, 8 years,
quite a while, yeah.
Yeah, so that was a great, and it's good that we can remember these people.
Absolutely.
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. So let's go.
That's it. Pull the plug.
All right. Next, coming up is Ortez Van Cross with Bread of Life. Bye-bye, everybody. Have a great rest of your weekend, a great Easter, a great Marathon Monday, Patriots Day, and we'll be back next Sunday, the 24th of April, 2022. Bye-bye, everybody.
Happy Easter.
I think I cut you off. I'm sorry.
That's all right. 8 o'clock. We on the money?
Yes.
Good.
Oh, well. A little bit.
I'm going to keep saying that. Barry say, pull the plug, 8 o'clock.
A little late, but...
That's all right. It's not 5 minutes late. It's 4
No.
minutes.
No, it's not 5 minutes late.
Good show.
Thank you.
All right, get 2 donuts.
Thank you.
Really moist, so they're going to fall apart.
Bye-bye, everybody.